Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Never gonna let you go. Never gonna let
It's game day in the Powell Athletic Center. The Campbellsville University Tigers and Lady Tigers play host to Bethel University in a Mid-South Conference doubleheader. The Lady Tigers winning on Thursday night. They'll look to make it 2 straight here in the Powell Center to open their home schedule. The Tigers trying to come off that loss to Freed-Hardeman. They'll look to defeat Bethel University once again. They took the season series a year ago. Did Campbellsville University. Matt Payton and Benji Kelly courtside at the Powell. Benji, the matchup with the Bethel Wildcats, always a good one as we start here on the women's side. These are 2 perennial powers. This year has played out thus far a little differently. Bethel has struggled a bit, especially in conference play. We're not used to saying that. The Lady Tigers, of course, 4-0 in league action. Look to add one here this afternoon.
Yeah, it was a great game the other night for the Lady Tigers. Freed-Hardeman. You got a Bethel team that comes in here, and they've got all the tools, Matt, to be at the top of our conference, but it has not started out this way. They're 5-5 overall. I believe, 1-3 in the conference. Very uncharacteristic for this team. But they're such dangerous shooters that, if they come in here and they get on a roll, then it could be tough sledding here for Campbellsville. So we definitely got to bring our A game. It's 2 coaches that are good friends. They know each other. They know each other's programs. So it's all going to come down to execution and making sure that do you do the little things, rebound, block out, don't get back on defense quick enough. Make sure that you are defending the 3 and not giving them extra opportunities. So should be another exciting game here in the Powell this afternoon.
The Lady Tigers with the win over Freed-Hardeman. They gave the Lions their first loss of the season, 75-53 in the Powell Center here on Thursday evening. Campbellsville University in complete control really throughout the ball game. They had a 5-point advantage at the end of the first 10 minutes. They added 6 more going into the halftime intermission, another 6 in the third quarter, and 5 more in the fourth. So it was very consistent. They were grabbing a handful of points in each and every period. That led to the 22-point victory. Benji, and you take a look for Campbellsville, it was really a total team effort. Maddie Boyle led the way. She had a game-high 14, 3 Edward Jones 3-point field goals for Boyle. And then you got double figures from Kayla Luby and Caitlin Wilkes out of the middle. Campbellsville got 9 from Sarah Sutton and Lauren Lee. Courtney Pritchett chipped in 8, and that's what this team is capable of doing. It's been a theme for Ginger Colvin throughout the last few years. They're going to spread this thing out. They're going to give it to whomever it is, the hot hand, and different things. They do not rely on one player, and as you can see on Thursday, that recipe has worked and continues to work.
Well, it does, and what happens is these players, they buy in early, and that's difficult to do when you come from high school programs where you're probably the star or one of the stars, and you're getting majority of the shots. You have to buy in early with this type of program of how Coach Colvin is running it, and they're doing that. So on any given night, it can be 1 through 8 that's going to be your leading scorer. It could even be someone coming off the bench, which we've seen at times. So tonight, or this afternoon, there were some things that we did extremely well Thursday night, but there are some things that we can obviously prove on, and one of that is in our transition offense. We did not push the ball like we normally do at times to get those easy layups. Coach Colvin, we were texting earlier today, she said, we need at least 5 to 7 easy transition layups off of our defense, and we did not have that the other night, so we had to rely on the offense. Now, obviously, Freed-Hardeman, they kind of sagged that zone down there, and Wilkes actually didn't get going until late in the fourth quarter. Here tonight, we've got to continue to pound the ball into the post, because what that does is it frees up the perimeter for Maddie Boyle, Sarah Sutton, Courtney Pritchett, Burt coming off the bench to be able to knock down those threes. So it's complementary basketball, getting the ball down low, frees things up on the outside, but also when you knock down those shots, then it also frees up the inside. So a total team effort here this afternoon, and we just got to execute.
Lady Tigers lead the all-time series 14-3, 6-0 here in the Powell Athletic Center against Bethel. They're 5-3 in McKenzie as the Wildcats took the ball game over the Lady Tigers in McKenzie a year ago. They had won 9 straight prior to that loss down in Western Tennessee. Ginger High Colvin is 14-3 against her good friend and pal Chris Nelson and Bethel. So all of the meetings between these two clubs have come in the tenures of these two head coaches here today, which is kind of interesting in and of itself. The most famous meeting, of course, Benji Kelly, we were there in the quarterfinal matchup, the NAIA tournament back in 2015. CU overcame a 19-point deficit. We sat courtside with the wind out of our sails.
We were ready packing.
We were packing bags and making plans from the table, and then all of a sudden things changed. They closed the game on a 39-11 run to win by 9. So they went from down 19 with 15 minutes to play and won the ball game by 9 points. They advanced to the NAIA Fab Four for the first time in program history. Madison Clements scored 18 points in the win for the Lady Tigers as really Bethel had pushed themselves really hard in the first few games of that tournament, and it was like they hit that 15-minute mark and somebody just flipped the switch on Chris Nelson's club that day. And the Lady Tigers, with that depth that we've talked about, and boy, it paid off that afternoon in in Independence, Missouri. And one that we'll never forget, but this is always a good matchup.
No, it is, and once again, like I said, these two coaches, they know each other. They know their programs in and out. They're texting probably every week, just talking about things. Now, obviously, you're going to throw that out. They're here today. They're going to coach. They're going to try to win the game. But during the regular season, they're always sharing things about the other opponents, things that they saw that could help each other. Just great friends. But once again, this Bethel team, they're dangerous, Matt. They're very dangerous. They can shoot the lights out of the ball. They just have not had the success here early that we're used to seeing. So they're here at midcourt now sharing the moment.
Miranda Denny walked the basketball over and was getting approval from Chris Nelson as if this was game ready. And, of course, he bounced it, put it high up in front of his chest, bounced it, and just a big nod like this one's not going to work. We'll have to go back to get another one out of the batch. But I think that was all a little tongue-in-cheek there as he and Ginger High Colvin exchange words at half court. Again, two really, really good and close friends. Bethel last season, Benji, they got a win in the Mid-South Conference tournament in the opening round, and then ultimately would advance. They beat Life in the opening round. They lose to Georgetown in the Mid-South Conference quarterfinals, but they would advance to the NAIA tournament and actually pulled off the upset coming out of that quadrant or pod, whatever you want to call it. They knocked off St. Xavier and Dakota Wesleyan and advanced to Sioux City, Iowa. They would end up losing to Southeastern in that tournament, but just like the Lady Tigers, Coach Nelson is replacing a lot of his pieces. When you look at Millie Bryant gone, Ryan Roberts gone, Jenna Faust gone, Mickey Head now a graduate assistant. So he is trying to work in some new names, some new faces for that club. The Lady Tigers, while they lost a lot of those that are contributing have been here for a while, and that makes a big difference. You look for Campbellsville, really the only young lady that has stepped in and assumed large minutes this season that wasn't on last year's roster is Kayla Luby. Right. Everybody else, it's been an ascension from Elizabeth Bertram and Maddie Nally and others that have grabbed those extra minutes.
It has, and once again, that's the beauty of the program that Coach Colvin has recruiting, is that these players are able to come in. Very rarely do you see some freshmen play early. However, we have had some special ones like that, but they're able to sit a year or two, learn the system, and not only that, to see the speed of the game, but have it to be able to adapt to that. Now, obviously, coming in, Kayla Luby, great post player. I really am impressed with how she plays the game and how hard she works, not only on offense but on defense. And just a great transfer for her to be able to come in and complement Caitlin Wilkes down there in the post.
Campbellsville University and Bethel University have headed off to their respective bench areas. We're going to step away and take a timeout, and we have got an ensemble here that's going to play the national anthem. We'll try to, I think we'll get back a little early. There'll probably be some of that left when we get back, so we'll take just the standard 2-minute break here. We'll have our opening prayer and national anthem, and when we come back, you'll probably come in midway through the national anthem, and we'll just carry that audio for those following along on radio and the video coverage as well. So you're following Lady Tiger basketball. We'll be back in just a moment here on the Campbellsville University Sports Network.
Jason, let's go see your room.
No, that's not right. How was it? Is it good?
What if you could feel in control of your retirement in just a few clicks? At aceyourretirement.org, you can. Start with a free 3-minute chat with Avo, your friendly digital retirement coach. Just answer some simple questions like, how do you feel about your ability to save for retirement? Or in how many years do you want to retire? To get free action items customized just for you, get your retirement back on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Back inside the Powell Athletics Center, Matt Payton, Benji Kelly here. Special thank you to members of the Campbellsville University Music Department. A terrific rendition there of the national anthem. It was a little quicker than I thought. A lot of times those live ones seem to take a little longer. I thought we might get more of that on our live coverage here, but was not the case, I don't believe, as we get set for the starting lineups to be announced here at the Powell Center. Let's take a look at Chris Nelson's club. Nelson in his 17th season as the head man of the Bethel program. He's a Bethel graduate. Mark Vaughn, his assistant. His wife, Jennifer Nelson, I don't believe she's on the trip. She is a volunteer assistant. I believe Nikki Head, the graduate assistant this year, the former Wildcat. They run out today. Keely Morrow, 5'10", a graduate guard from Bowling Green, Kentucky. Kaylin Howard, 5'7", sophomore guard from Covington, Tennessee. Elena Anderson, 5'5", a freshman guard from Gleason, Tennessee. Madison Hart, 5'10", a freshman forward from Yorkville, Tennessee. And Kyla Taylor, 5'7", a junior forward from Lexington, Tennessee. Now for the Lady Tigers, Ginger High Colvin in her 16th season, 421 wins on the ledger, 5 times the Conference Coach of the Year award winner. We say happy birthday to Miranda Denny in her 15th year, the former Lady Tiger, celebrating a milestone birthday today. I'll leave the number out. You can guess yourselves at home. Brett Sal also on the Lady Tigers bench. Bailey Pettigo, 5'7", a junior guard, starts us out today. Glasgow, Kentucky, the hometown. Lauren Lee, 5'7", a sophomore guard from Liberty, Kentucky. Maddie Boyle, 5'6", a junior guard from Milledgeville, Kentucky. Swiss, Courtney Pritchett, 5'8", a redshirt junior forward from Byrdstown, Tennessee. And rounding out the 5 for your Lady Tigers today, it's Kit Kat, Caitlin Wilkes, 6'2", the junior forward from Stanford, Kentucky. She still has the green light from deep, Benji Kelly. Don't forget
she
that.
does.
As Campbellsville today in the home ash gray uniforms. Campbellsville across the chest in maroon numerals, some white trim, the tiger paw on the legs for Campbellsville University. And for Bethel here today, the Tigers in the road purple uniforms with Bethel across the chest in white numerals, some yellow trim, white piping down the britches for the Wildcats. So we understand we're having some issues with our scoreboard here in the early going of this game, so I'll do my best to keep you up to date if you're following along on our streaming and local cable service. If you're on radio, it's the same. Any way you slice it, you don't have the visual. As the Lady Tigers will see Wilkes just swat it back uncontested. Kyla Taylor just stood there with her feet planted, and the Lady Tigers will get the first possession of the basketball game. Lauren Lee out top, working with it. Has Pritchett out. Boyle thought about it. Instead, looking inside, not there. Lee again up top, dribbling in. Back to Boyle. This time, she'll let it ride. 3 on the way. Bang! Maddie Boyle, an early Edward Jones 3 for the Lady Tigers.
Yeah, you saw Bethel come out in zone, which we anticipated, and a great ball movement to find an open Boyle there in the perimeter.
Boyle had 3 of those on Thursday evening, one here early, and the answer from Kaylin Howard is good. Howard on that far wing knocks down a triple for Bethel. We're tied up 3 apiece. Boyle on the left side, out to Pettigo, driving in, shovels. This is Pritchett, now Boyle left wing, looking for help. Pritchett back to Boyle, 3 on the way. Bang! Maddie Boyle, get us started, young lady. Edward Jones payout number 2.
You can just tell the confidence is oozing out of Maddie Boyle. Like you said, 3 the other night, already 2 here in the first minute.
Let it be said, Maddie Boyle's struggles on the basketball court will never be on offense. Here is a right wing 3 by Bethel that is good. Boyle is talented offensively as they come. Here is Lee driving in. Pritchett, Boyle, heat check 3. Bang! Ba, 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 bang! For Maddie Boyle, 9-3. We're not even 90 seconds in.
All right, just 1 on 5 right here tonight here, Matt. Maddie Boyle on fire in the PAL.
Maddie Boyle might be in that category. Has
player
done, will
yes.
shoot. Boyle defends out front. Howard, right wing, Morrow. On around, this is Howard again, straight away between the circles, waits for the screen from Taylor. Instead, she'll leave it with Taylor out front, driving in. Nice job by Taylor to get to the rim, just couldn't quite finish. Ball poked out, taken in. Lauren Lee.
Get it to Boyle.
Try to find
Get it to
number
Boyle.
15.
When
Here
she's
is
feeling
Pritchett.
it.
Won't
Feed
shoot
her.
it. Lee,
Feed her.
extra pass, open. Boyle 3, no good. I don't know what I would have said there. Here is Pettigo to put back.
Right.
I didn't have a call for 4 straight 3-point makes.
Well, you may need to create
I
one
guess
here.
I would have spelled it.
That's all right, B-A-N-G. You know, when you got a player like that, just get her the rock. Now, what that's going to do is going to draw the defense out, and Maddie's strong enough and smart enough to be able to penetrate and find someone else. So great start here for this Lady Tiger team.
Pettigo's free throw is no good as the Lady Tigers with a fast start here in the PAL. 9 points, all off the fingertips of Maddie Boyle. Edward Jones on pace to go out of business here today. Here is Pettigo. Missed both. Bailey,
that's rare.
Unable to cash in there as she on the season 75% at the line. That foul earlier, I believe, was on Kyla Taylor. Her first on the Wildcats. Here driving in is Anderson. Nice little step there. May have took an extra step there. Rebound to Wilkes as she missed the shot. Here comes Maddie Boyle to the front court. Has Pritchett left wing. And now she'll wait. Inside, looking for Wilkes. And Taylor just got a hand on it. Knocked it up into the air. Morrow to the front court with the basketball here for Bethel. Inside, this is Hart, and her first shot is going to actually, she's going to be fouled. I thought Pettigo may have blocked it from behind. They're going to say Bailey got a piece of the hand of Hart, the arm.
Campbellsville, good job there getting back on defense, and the ball kind of went into the post. Bailey, I do believe, kind of smacked her on the hand there. Wilkes was down there as well, and I believe she actually got a piece of the ball as well. So
Hart hits the first free throw. Hart won the Player of the Week award in the league first week of the season. Second free throw good for Madison Hart. The Conference Player of the Week award has been to, I think freshmen have won 3 of the 4 or 3 of the 5. Satterley for Freed Hardman's won a couple herself. 9-5, Campbellsville the 4-point advantage. Pettigo working against this zone defense, knifes her way in. Pritchett, and now Boyle. She'll drive in from the elbow. Jumper on the way, no good. Rebound going to be taken in by Wilkes. Campbellsville with more time to work here. Now Lee driving right side of the lane. She is fouled by Anderson, and this will send Lauren Lee to the free throw line.
Good job by Lauren Lee there on the penetration to be able to get it in a little mid-range shot. She's so good at that. Chance for her to go to the free throw line here. So right now, Campbellsville kind of clicking on all cylinders.
9-5 the score. Lee misses the free throw. So the Lady Tigers
other than the free throw line.
Yeah, that is not
very rare.
I'm still waiting for somebody besides Boyle to get into the point column. We've played 2 minutes and 57 seconds as 7:03 shows on the clock, and Lee misses both. Lauren Lee is about 80% on the season, and you could see the exasperation from the head coach Ginger High Colvin over here. Inside, looking for Hart. Now out, Morrow. Little ball fake. Pettigo pressures. Morrow has it knocked free. Now a trap, and we're going to go to the double thumbs. The arrow will stay with Bethel here with 6:47 showing. Campbellsville with a 4-point advantage, 14 on the shot clock. First quarter, Matt Payton, Benji Kelly here with you at the Powell Athletic Center. The Lady Tigers back in action next Thursday as they'll play Cumberland's here in the Powell. Right wing, Hart. Now Tomorrow inside at the free throw line, working is Taylor. Tried the up and under, but Wilkes sagged off. Taylor, give her credit, able to finish anyhow.
Good strong move there by Taylor.
Here is Pedigo working. They want Wilkes, can't get it to her. Now they do. Wilkes working against Taylor,
flop.
who goes down. Now will they call the flop? They won't, which they put a point of emphasis there, right, Benji? So
They
to
did.
me, if it's not a foul, it's a flop, no?
It's one or the other.
I mean, here is Howard working in. She'll go baseline to Taylor. Taylor underneath the goal, back out to Anderson, who was cut off a bit by Lee, forced all the way out to midcourt. Halfway through the shot clock, Anderson shovels it out. Howard wouldn't shoot it. Now looking, and this ball deflected out of bounds by Campbellsville. I believe Pedigo got a hand on it. Wilkes tried to maybe save it, and on out of play to Bethel.
And that's what this Campbellsville defense does. It's suffocating. They're able to get the hands in there, knock the ball loose, and knock it out of bounds.
Here's Hart, 3 on the way, and that is good.
Yeah, this Bethel team,
That's Howard.
They can shoot the three, and have not been shooting it as well as of late, but here tonight they've already hit 2.
11-10 the score. Campbellsville will make a change here in a moment. Boyle, the entry, Wilkes, baseline jumper, good for Caitlin Wilkes.
Nice little short baseline there in the corner, about 15 feet. Caitlin Wilkes, she can pretty good there on the block, but she also had that mid-range jumper.
13-10, the Lady Tigers lead as Hart drives into some traffic. Ball nearly knocked away. Anderson has it on the wing, works to the middle, kicks it out. Howard again, 3 on the way, and that is off the mark. Rebound taken in. Ooh, Taylor got the off arm out, no call. Out front, Morrow. Inside, they want Hart. Again, spinning, goes up off glass, good for Madison Hart.
Strong move there.
13-12 the count. We have played almost 5 minutes of this first quarter. Pedigo holds it left side. Pedigo, elbow Pritchett, out to Lee. Lee wants to drive in, back to Pedigo, baseline J on the way, good for Bailey Pedigo.
Good ball movement by the Lady Tigers there, finding the open Pedigo in the baseline. That's 2 baseline shots. Those are hard shots to make. This Lady Tiger executes them well.
Howard to Hart. Campbellsville by 3 points here. Inside, Howard, that hit the net. She was looking for Taylor. Actually, I believe that was Hart that threw the pass. Pedigo, trailer now. Pritchett on the wing, right side, 3 on the way. Bang! Courtney Pritchett.
Now
Edward Jones 3.
That is that offensive transition that we're talking about. Was able to get deep, and then Pritchett following up with a 3 there on the wing. So great execution off the turnover.
18-12, Bethel trailing by 6. They work with the basketball. 4 minutes and 17 seconds here as Anderson drives in. Kicks it out. Morrow, ball, little jab step there. Now back out. Anderson's open for 3. That's short. Rebound taken in here by Lauren Lee. She wants to run.
Push it, push it.
Lee in the middle. Crossover in the paint. Out, same spot. 3 on the way. Bang! Courtney Pritchett again. Another Edward Jones 3. Is that 5 here in the first quarter?
5 in the first 6 minutes. But once again, it's that offense transition that's Campbellsville's able to execute. We didn't have it the other night against Freed. Here early against Bethel, we're doing well.
Morrow drives in, works around a couple of defenders. Shot no good, gets her own miss. Ball knocked free from her. However, it's on the deck. We'll go back to the arrows. And this will go the direction of the Campbellsville University Lady Tigers here. And this should bring us to a media timeout as well, as the Campbellsville University bunch leads here by 9 points in the Powell Athletic Center. 3:38 to play in the first quarter. We'll step away. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
(21-12) the score. The Lady Tigers leading Bethel University here in the Powell Athletic Center. 3:38 to play in the first quarter. Campbellsville emerging from their bench with Pritchett, Lee, and Pedigo remaining on the court. Some changes for the Lady Tigers as Elizabeth Bertram, 5'6" sophomore guard from Glasgow, Kentucky, checking in. Also Kayla Luby, the 6'2" junior forward from B, Nebraska. checks in to the Lady Tiger lineup. I believe her
parents are still here.
Her parents are still here. I believe Miss Luby is the first Lady Tiger from the state of Nebraska.
Well,
I don't think we've had one before.
Check that
off
the list.
The box as we comb through the rest of the 49 states some other time.
And she has come in and played extremely well.
Lee working the basketball here for CU. Gets it ahead and just leaves it out with Pedigo, who motions for Lee to come back and grab it as the Lady Tigers get into this half-court set. Leading by 9. Still having some scoreboard issues if you're following along on streaming platforms or local cable. Pedigo out to Bertram. Now Pritchett back to Pedigo on the baseline. Cut off. Pritchett left wing. Pedigo again. They wanted the entry. Not there. 4 seconds. Somebody going to have to let it go. It's Pritchett. 3 on the way. Oh, just off the mark. I had the 4-letter catchphrase teed up there, Benji, as Anya Patterson into the lineup for Bethel. 5'4" redshirt junior guard from Humboldt, Tennessee. Another new player in the game down low. His heart shot is good. Kind of throws one up off balance.
Well, that's good defense by Luby there. She just made a great shot, penetrating and using that left hand.
Aaliyah Lee, the 6'1" junior forward from, I guess that's Atuka, Tennessee, into the lineup here. A whistle sounds, and this will go against Bethel. I missed the number.
That's
14?
13, I believe.
13, Anderson.
Anderson, her second.
So that'll be 2 on Elena Anderson.
Oh, hand check, I believe.
3 on Bethel as a club. The Lady Tigers with the baseline out of bounds opportunity. Lee, the trigger woman, finally going to throw it in deep here to Pedigo. Pedigo on the dribble. Leaves it out. Bertram can't shoot as Patterson closes in. Now Pedigo backs away. Morrow defends her. Luby sets the screen. Pedigo stops, needs help. It's Pritchett. They want Luby, can't get it to her. Pedigo going to let one ride. 3 on the way. Bang for Bailey Pedigo.
Boy, this Campbellsville team is shooting the lights out.
I think they were number 1 in the country in three-point field goals entering today.
Yeah, 6 of 8, 75%.
Percentage-wise, they were number 1, I believe. Here, Patterson going to try the answer. 3 is good for Anya Patterson.
Deep.
Shooting exhibition has broke out here in the foul.
Yeah, both teams shooting the ball really well from deep, way above their percentages.
Here is Lee holding it, 24-17 the score. Campbellsville University with the basketball. They lead it by 7. Less than 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Bertram straight away, 3 on the way. Bang! Elizabeth Bertram! Another Edward Jones payout for the Lady Tigers.
Wow.
Holy smokes.
Wow, 7 of 9 already.
And this is one, if you're Bethel, you're playing pretty well offensively.
Yes,
you're
are
down by 10. This
yes.
is as frustrating as it can get for an opposing club. Here, Bertram flashes out, ball knocked away. Taylor couldn't grab it as she kind of started that mess at Bertram. Here is Lee inside, rolling. Bertram off glass. She gets the bucket. Lauren Lee, the bounce.
That is the 3rd offensive transition bucket here in the first quarter. Offensive. That was a part of the game plan. Good job, Bird, on defense.
Ball knocked away and knocked away again as Pritchett spills down. Lee to the other end, right side, down the lane, right hand fouled as they're going to say Taylor closed out a bit too much there. And this will draw more changes for the Lady Tigers, as if the three-point shooting hadn't been good enough. You send someone in like Sarah Sutton. That's almost a cheat code right there.
That is a cheat code. Oh, my goodness.
She shoots it as well as everybody else. Pedigo checks out. Pritchett checks out. They get their first breathers tonight. Maddie Nally, 6'2" sophomore forward from Louisville, Kentucky, into the lineup. And also in Sarah Sutton, as I mentioned, 5'10", the junior forward from Scottsville, Tennessee. Lauren Lee, free throw here, good. It is 30-17 with 61 ticks left on this first quarter clock.
Yeah, first free throw made here for Campbellsville. This is their 5th and 6th trip. Or 5th and 6th shot, so now they're 2 of 6 as Lauren makes that second one. But very uncharacteristic. That's about the only thing that I could say is going wrong for this Lady Tiger team.
Lady Tigers number 1 in the nation in field goal percentage and three-point percentage entering play today. That number is
going to increase.
It's hard to increase that number, but they're going to do it here as this pass is nearly thrown out of bounds by Lee. And Campbellsville with another takeaway. Lauren Lee, the basketball for CU, looking down inside. Not there. Now Bertram. Entry. She's got Luby, goes up off balance. Shot no good. Nally, the putback, won't go. Rebound taken in by Aaliyah Lee. And here comes Patterson. Patterson working and some contact there. We're going to have a foul called. A blocking foul will go against Lauren Lee.
Yeah, it's a good call. I believe Lauren was a little bit, didn't quite have her feet set on that. Love the effort there to be able to take that, because really that was kind of the last line of defense. After that, it was going to be an easy layup for Bethel.
Campbellsville to trigger it in. This is Taylor looking, goes into the corner to Howard, back to Taylor on the baseline, spin move, working against Luby. Nice job by Luby, but again, that's the second time. As Howard trips over Bertram. It's the second time, Taylor has been able to make a move against one of those Lady Tiger posts that are listed much taller, but she's been able to get a finish. Shot clock is off, 7 seconds. Campbellsville by 12. Sutton holds it, needs some help, 4 seconds. Nally, 2 seconds, gonna have to go. Bertram, 3 on the way, no good. They have rushed it just a bit as she got the basketball with about a second and a half or so left, and flings one up that's off the mark. 31-19 your score. The Lady Tigers lead by 12 as we get set for second period action. We'll step away, take a timeout. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
(31-19). 10 minutes showing on the clock here as we get set for this second quarter to begin. Matt Payton and Benji Kelly here in the Powell Center with you at Donna Wise Court. Campbellsville University with a 12-point advantage, and we know we're still having some issues with their score. That's technology for you, Benji, and they're trying their hardest to get that working today. We'll stay after it, but all you need to know right now is Campbellsville University has been living from long range. Maddie Boyle, Courtney Pritchett, you name it, they've all gotten in on the act, and Campbellsville here with a 12-point advantage thanks to 7 of 10 shooting from deep.
Yeah, 7 of 10 from 3. Of course, Bethel on the other side, they're shooting the ball extremely well from downtown, 50% as well. You would take that any night when you can hit half of your three-point shots. So it's been a shooting exhibition here for both of these teams. But like you said, Bethel's playing really well. They're just down 12 because Campbellsville's shooting the ball better.
It's frustrating when you run into a team that's done this, but now there's still a long way to go here, and this is a Bethel team that'll stay after you for 40 minutes. Here is Morrow open. 3 on the way for Keely Morrow. Off the mark, no good. Takes a couple of extra bounces off the iron, and that allows Kyle Taylor to grab it. Here a contested 3 from Howard. I don't know if Burt got a hand on that or not. They'll say no and out of bounds as Campbellsville University will get the basketball back.
Yeah, that was a good call there. Good contest by Bertram, but she did not touch that on that three-pointer.
Sutton and Lee work with it in the backcourt against some pressure. Is now Anderson going to come to set the trap. Lady Tigers feed it down inside. Bertram finds Nally, and she is fouled. I think they were clean up top. May have gotten underneath Nally. Hard to tell from our vantage point, but this will go against Morrow, and that'll be the first on Keely Morrow. First on the Wildcats in the period.
Good job by Bertram there to penetrate, draw the zone to her, and that kind of freed up Nally down low. Chance for Maddie to go over the free throw line here.
Nally hits the first free throw, 32-19 the score. We've played 40 seconds here in the second quarter. Nally's second free throw is good. So Maddie Nally gets a pair, makes it a 14-point game. This may be the largest lead for Campbellsville at 14, Benji.
It is.
Remember.
I believe so.
Oh boy, Trouble and Trouble Jr. have walked in. There's Clark and Kellen Payton.
Oh boy.
2 roughnecks if I've ever seen them. Out top, Hart has it knocked free. Luby grabs it. Campbellsville another takeaway. Here comes Bertram, crosses the midcourt strike. Straight away, left side. Sutton, 3 on the way. Bang! Shooting! And Edward Jones 3. And Coach Chris Nelson wants 30 seconds to talk about it as the Lady Tigers have hit their 8th three-point field goal of the first half. This becomes a media stoppage. Campbellsville leads by 17. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network. Back inside the Powell Athletic Center, Matt Peyton, Benji Kelly here as Campbellsville University blistering the Nets 36-19. We have to offer bonus pay to Brandon Lakes down there today. He's running the scoreboard. He's got all that going on, Benji. He might be due a bonus at this rate. Those thumbs will be hurt. Arthritis will set in by sundown.
You know, it's rare when you see a shooting percentage higher from three-point range than it is from your overall field goal percentage, especially when there is as many attempts as been taken. Campbellsville 72.7% from three, 66.7 overall in their field goals. So just blistering these Nets here early.
Well, and they're good looks.
They're
Bethel's
great
been playing
looks.
some zone. You
Great
wonder
looks.
if it may be a time that they just try to give up on that. I mean, you don't expect the team to ever shoot it this well against you, but Bethel may not be able to stay in that zone much longer if Campbellsville could continue this pace. Anderson driving in, steps through, and she had an extra step there.
The old Euro step and a half.
We'll say a special hello to our friend down at Bethel Diamond, Dave McCulley, Sports Information Director for the Wildcats. Always does a terrific job. We'll be down your way, Dave, here in January. Campbellsville working it ahead, long ahead. Lee has Bertram. She'll drive in, bounces, that ball kicked. Was that kicked twice?
It was.
Did Lee get a foot on that and then it hit?
It was a little ricochet.
Morrow?
Yeah, a little ricochet in honor of the World Cup.
There you go. I watched that today.
Yeah, U.S. just couldn't get it going against the Netherlands. Netherlands is really good.
Bertram feeds it to Lee. Going to work right side of the lane. Inside Luby. Little double team there. Luby missed the shot. Stays with it. It's ripped away by Lee. And Aaliyah Lee back to the front court. It's Taylor now. Taylor working right side. Gets by two defenders. Kicks it to Howard in the corner. And Luby knocks it away. The entry.
Defense.
And now Bertram has it knocked free. She's fouled by Morrow. And Bertram, with a nice sportsmanship, will pick up Keeley Morrow there. Morrow played her high school ball at Bowling Green High School, went to Lipscomb for a bit, and then when she left Lipscomb, she was actually back and forth between Bethel and Lindsay. I think at one point committed to Bethel, then changed her mind, was going to go to Lindsay, and then had another change of heart and back to Chris Nelson's bunch at Bethel. She's been a really good piece for them over the last 2 years. As this ball knocked free, Lee gets into some traffic. The other way, Morrow with the basketball. Attacks right at Sutton. Little contact there. Yeah. And we're going to have a blocking foul called on Sarah Sutton.
Sarah, I think, was in the restricted area.
36-19 remains the score. 7:44 to play in the second quarter. Morrow at the stripe here for the Lady Tigers, or excuse me, for the Lady Wildcats, as I'm trying to see if I'm sure we're still working on the scoreboard issue. We a little short on our scoreboard today.
Morrow's a 81% free throw shooter on the year.
And this free throw for Morrow is good. So she gets both. 36-21 the count, as Madison Hart will check back in. Anya Patterson into the lineup. For Campbellsville, you've got that second unit basically with Lauren Lee out there running the point from that Thrivent starting lineup. Lee, the only starter out there. Bertram, she's got Sutton behind her. If she can find her, Lee does. Now Nally, short corner. Sutton again, 14 to shoot. Lee straight away. Driving in, feeds one, and this is kicked as Bethel has come out of that zone. And much more of a man-to-man look here as they trail by 15 with 7:23 to play in the half. Lauren Lee to trigger it in. Looking. Still looking. Bertram couldn't catch it clean. It goes out of bounds. They're going to say, actually, Bertram may have been standing out of bounds.
Yeah, stepped out of bounds
when it hit her. So a turnover on the Lady Tigers. Campbellsville has been living from deep here in this first half. 8 3-point makes. On around. Patterson, inside Lee, out to Anderson. She'll drive baseline. Luby cuts her off. She's in a double team. Tries to throw it off Sutton and missed. Campbellsville picks it up. Lauren Lee sprints ahead. Lee out. Trailer. Sutton, three on the way. Bang! Sarah Sutton's second Edward Jones three of the basketball game.
Great, once again, great transition offense off the turnover.
Howard inside takes the jumper over the top of Luby. No good. And give credit to Lee. Ooh, man.
I didn't see it. I was straight line.
I was a bit straight line. There could have been a left-handed push, but it looked like that Lee just got inside of Luby and kind of took it away. Hard to say for sure, but the officials call it against
here
Lee.
comes.
Campbellsville sprints ahead. Bertram inside, throws one up, hits the bottom of the rim. Burt may have looked back at the official thinking she was fouled. Here's Howard. Howard may have gotten away with a high dribble. Shovels it back. Patterson hit a three earlier in the game. That one is off the mark. Nally the rebound for CU. Lee again running for Campbellsville. Lee out. Burt open. Three. Bang! Elizabeth Bertram of the Lady Tigers have knocked in 10 Edward Jones threes here in the first less than 14 minutes.
Wow. Matt, it's been a long time since I've seen the Lady Tigers collectively as a group shoot this well from downtown.
42-21. Patterson throws one up. Winning in this venue against this team, tough enough. But when they're shooting like this,
oh my gosh,
the degree of difficulty is on expert.
And it's not just one player.
No.
It's the whole team.
Burt again. Three on the way in and out. Bertram had a little bit of room, and why not? 42-23 the score. Howard the other way at the three-point line. Works left side of the lane. Bounces to Hart. Runs into Bertram, who goes down, and Hart able to get that ball up on the rim and through. Lee ahead to Bertram. 42-25. Bertram in some trouble here, trying to keep it free, and we're going to have a foul called against Bethel. Changes coming for the Lady Tigers. I missed the foul call. They're going to go arrow. He raised the one arm at first. We'll see if he comes back with.
That's the arrow.
So now they go jump ball. It'll stay with Campbellsville. I think I missed one of the fouls earlier on Bethel in this period. I don't know. I think did Morrow pick up two?
Morrow's got two right now.
42-25. Bethel has 3 fouls as a team. Campbellsville by 17 here, closing in on the midway mark of this period. Pritchett inside, wants Wilkes, has her, goes up off glass, good for Caitlin Wilkes. She gets the finish, Courtney Pritchett the find.
Good strong move there by Wilkes. Actually, there was a little contact, but she's so strong and able to play through that. Nice design play for the Lady Tigers.
Howard left side to Morrow behind the back. Howard, again Morrow, ball fake. Now comes down the middle, back tap by Boyle. Pettigo long ahead. She's got Maddie Boyle. Boyle's got the right side of the lane, the right hand, and the glass for two.
Another turnover, transition for Campbellsville. It's 15 points off turnovers, off 9 turnovers for Bethel already.
Like to see that. Boyle started that and got rewarded on the other end.
Yes, absolutely.
Inside, Hart, baseline, Taylor. She'll go in against Wilkes. Shot good. Kyla Taylor has been impressive, Benji. She's listed at 5'7". That's what I've got her at. She may look a little bigger than that. I may be wrong, but she's played really well working against Wilkes and Luby. That's no easy task.
No, it's not.
Pritchett on the baseline. Faces up. Cutting his Pettigo. It's not there. Pritchett, one dribble. Now wants Wilkes. Has her. Wilkes, quick move. Left hand. Yes. Caitlin Wilkes again. Tallies 2 more.
Yeah, doing it from inside and outside here tonight. This Lady Tiger team everything is clicking quite well.
Campbellsville leads at 48-27. That is Reagan Blackburn into the lineup. I missed that a moment ago as Blackburn checks in. Here's a three from Morrow that is good. Blackburn, a 5'8" graduate guard from Greenville, Kentucky, transferred from Murray State. Now they've got Taylor listed at 5'7". I'm not sure that's right, but if it is, it's even more impressive. Out to Boyle, now baseline. Ooh. Wilkes got her in the air, now goes to work and spills to the ground, and ever graceful Caitlin Wilkes hits the deck. Foul here will go against 34 Taylor, and that's 3 on her, Benji?
It is 3.
So that doesn't help Chris Nelson's club any at all, as Kyla Taylor will check out. Aaliyah Lee back into the lineup. 48-30 the score, and it looks like we've got at least the point section of the scoreboard figured out, so that helps. We'll see if it will work or not, as Wilkes will not oblige. She missed that free throw on me, and they may be running that down underneath. Luke, you can let me know if you guys are running that manually or if we've got connection. Free throw here for Wilkes is good, and they appear to be running it manually as the scoreboard is updated here inside the Powell Center. 49-30 the score. Out top, Morrow going to hoist the three. Keely Morrow off the mark. Rebound taken in by Bertram. Shovels it back to Pettigo. Boyle spills down. Pritchett right side. She's going to dribble in all the way to the rim. Throws up and off. I'm not sure how she got that up in between.
I don't either.
She got that up in between, I believe, Blackburn and Lee. And now Howard needs some help. 4 seconds to get it across. Here comes Blackburn. She has Hart, who will take the contested jumper over the top of Wilkes. That's no good. Morrow throws one back up, no good. Again, Hart shot, no good. And it will be Madison Hart to the free throw line for Bethel, as the foul will go against Courtney Pritchett. That's the first on Pritchett and the second on the Lady Tigers in the period. Sutton picked up a foul call earlier. Anderson checks in. Blackburn exits. Free throw for Hart is off the mark to the right side. 49-30 the score. 2:42 to play in the first half. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. And that free throw is good. There's some former Lady Tigers over there on that far side. I see Gracie Thompson up top, and then down, if you look below in that first group, I've got Leanne Grider-Durham. I believe that's Lexi Pester, maybe? And then I can't tell as this ball goes out of play. And big fellas over there, Benji Kelly, Jordan Durham, and this ball will go to Bethel, and Campbellsville not real thrilled with that call.
It was a missed call.
You said it, I didn't.
It was a missed call. I was right here, right in front of us, and yeah, they missed it. That's why this official needs to be up here seeing that, because there's pressure right there.
49-31. Less than 2.5 minutes to play in the first half. Anderson, big contact there. Bertram closed out a little too much there. And this will be the first on Burt and 3 on the Lady Tigers as a team. Howard the basketball. Out front to Lee. Wants Hart inside, driving left side of the lane. Runs into Wilkes, goes down, no call. Shot was off the mark. Pettigo grabs it. Pettigo the other way. Has Bertram. Bertram one dribble. Stops. Needs help. It's Pritchett open. Right side. Triple. No good. Rebound taken in by Blackburn, who checked right back into the lineup after leaving for a moment. Blackburn needs some help. She'll come long ahead to Lee at midcourt. Works around Bertram. Goes right side. Hart catches. Decks it. Driving baseline. Inside. Avoids the defender.
Move.
And Madison Hart with more points for Bethel.
Yeah, that was a nice move by Hart.
Bertram wide open on the right side. Thought about it. Won't shoot it. She'll drive in. Goes up the left hand. Shot off glass. Good for Elizabeth Bertram with 2 more.
Yeah, a good aggressive move there by Bertram. A lot of times, she'll be that three-point shooter, but she was able to put the ball on the floor and actually absorbed a little contact.
Right wing, double team comes as Pettigo and Boyle there. The ball gets knocked through the legs of a couple of players, and Hart picks it up. Back to Blackburn, who was in that trap a moment ago. Blackburn to Hart straight away. Pritchett right there, had a hand on top of it when she let it go.
I believe she tipped that one. Good closeout.
Boyle inside, stops, left side. Bertram hesitates, one dribble, thought about it, inside the Wilkes, finds a cutting Pettigo, right hand. Good, and one for BP.
There we go. A little give and go. A little old school basketball. Wow.
Foul will go against Aaliyah Lee, and that is her second 5 on Bethel. And Bailey will go to the free throw line here for Campbellsville University as Morrow and Taylor check back in.
Yeah, nice play there by Wilkes and Pettigo there. Pettigo actually got fouled pretty rough there. Able to absorb that and go to the free throw line.
Bailey hits the free throw, 3-point trip for Bailey. 54-33. Lauren Lee re-enters for Campbellsville.
54 points in the first half for this Lady Tiger team, Matt.
Less than a minute to go here. Bethel works with the basketball. Howard right side to Anderson. Back out top, it's Howard. Thought about that entry to Hart. Now has her. Taylor working on the inline, spinning. Lee digs, and we're going to have steps called against Kyla Taylor.
Yeah, great defense there by Caitlin Wilkes to just kind of hold position there and kind of got in a little spin cycle, and she just took that extra step. So another turnover. That's a double-digit turnover now for this Bethel team.
54 33. Pritchett goes long right side to Boyle, who backs out with it. Waits, and Lee collects it. About a 10-second differential here, 9 to 10 seconds. Out top, Bertram, 3 on the way. Bang! Elizabeth Bertram and Edward Jones, 3 for the Lady Tigers. And sometimes, even as the head coach, you know it's your day.
Well, it is. I mean, 11 of 16 from 3 in the first half.
Here's Howard. She'll try the answer. That's off the mark left side. Going to go back up with it. That's Hart, blocked by Wilkes. It goes out of play. And the basketball will stay with Bethel here. 1.7 showing on the clock. Maddie Nally going to re-enter defensively here for CU. So they'll try to stop a last-second effort. 24-point Campbellsville advantage, 1.7. They bounce it in. Morrow catches, goes up, and gets the finish. Gets right in front of Burt. Burt kind of looks over and says, my goodness, she was draped all over like a cheap curtain and still couldn't.
Well, that's just a great offensive play right there.
57-35. Bethel trails Campbellsville by 22 here at the break. We will step away, take a timeout ourselves, come back and look at the numbers that made up the first 20 minutes. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network.
I tell my son, I love you every single day. Now, my dad has never said that to me. Not because he doesn't love me, but because culturally it wasn't comfortable for him. Now that he's a grandfather, he says, I love you to my son every time he sees him. My advice to all the fathers out there, forget the cultural restrictions. They grow up way too fast for you to waste even a single precious moment.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter which you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Come on! Go, Diane! Yeah, keep it going! Yeah! Go, honey!
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Throw that ball, Diane! Woo! You got this!
57-35, our score at halftime. Matt Payton and Benji Kelly with you here at the Powell Athletic Center. And Benji, in that first half, we can talk about all the numbers you want. And, if you're Bethel, you just got to flush that because, hey, you played pretty well. But when a team comes out and shoots 11 of 16 from deep against you in the first half, 68.8%. Campbellsville was 64% overall. They shot it pretty well overall, but from deep, that's unheard of.
I've watched a lot of basketball in this gym, both men's and women's games. I'm telling you, that may be the best half of shooting I've seen from any program in Campbellsville University history. 6 players have knocked down a three, and they've knocked down multiple threes, each of them.
Yep.
That's impressive. And here's the thing. Bethel's not playing bad.
No.
They're knocking down shots as well. It's just Campbellsville is just they are just in the zone. And sometimes, normally you see 1 or 2 players get in a zone like that, but it's 6 players have knocked down threes, and they're great shots.
Well, and it's been kind of in spurts. If I'm not mistaken, I think Boyle hit 3, then Pritchett hit 2,
right?
Then Sutton hit 2, and then
Burt hit 5.
Burt hit 2 after that.
Or she's 5 total.
Three.
Yeah,
three.
So
it's they've kind of been in spurts, but everybody's gotten involved. Just a wild first half offensively for the Lady Tigers. Credit to them. And, again, they shoot at 64.5% overall, 20 of 31, 11 of 16 from deep, 68.8% from long range. I made the joke, Edward Jones going to go broke here today, but they might actually do it at this rate. 6 of 11 from the free throw line, 54.5%. For Bethel, not bad, 45% shooting in the first half. They were 13 of 29, 4 of 13 from deep. That's 30%, and 5 of 6 at the free throw line, 83%. The game's high scorer here is Elizabeth Bertram with 13 points, 5 of 8 shooting, 3 3-point field goals, 3 steals for Bert in the first frame. Maddie Boyle chipped in 11. Boyle with 3 made Edward Jones 3-point field goals as well. Campbellsville gets 9 from Caitlin Wilkes to go with 2 rebounds and an assist. 8 from Bailey Pettigo. Bailey knocked in a 3-pointer as well. 3 boards, 2 assists to steal for Bailey. 6 from Courtney Pritchett. Pritchett with 7 first half assists as she is closing in on a career high. If she duplicates that, she'll have it. She's got 11 as her career best. Campbellsville gets 6 more from Sarah Sutton off the bench. 2 apiece from Lauren Lee and Maddie Nally Lee with 6 first half assists. So Lee comes in averaging 4.7 assists per game. Pritchett 3.8 assists per game. Benji, those 2 young ladies help facilitate so much of this Lady Tiger offense, and today those passes crisp, on time, every time, and they're getting rewarded as they're hitting these shots out deep.
Yeah, Campbellsville's just playing flawless basketball. I mean, if I had only any criticism is their free throw shooting. 6 of 11, which is way below what you normally expect this Lady Tiger team. Some of that may be due to the fatigue. I don't know. Your normal good shooters, they didn't hit a couple. Missed our first 4, but 17 total assists for this Lady Tiger team. Doing it up points in the paint, 18. They're getting it down low with Wilkes and Luby. Points off turnovers. So just a really great half of basketball for this Lady Tiger team.
Bethel's stellar freshman Madison Hart leading the way for them in the first half. She had 11 points to go with 4 rebounds and 3 assists. Nice first half for her. And Keely Morrow chipped in 7 points. They got 6 apiece from Kaylin Howard and Kyla Taylor there in the first frame. Anya Patterson posted 5 off the sideline for Coach Chris Nelson and company. And then you had several players playing there for Bethel and failing to score as Elena Anderson, Aaliyah Lee, and Reagan Blackburn failed to score. They did get 6 rebounds, a game-high 6 rebounds from Aaliyah Lee there in the first half of play. Campbellsville's only Lady Tiger that was scoreless was Kayla Luby there in the first half. Rebounding, Campbellsville sees Bethel win the battle on the glass 14-11. Bethel with 5 offensive rebounds, the Lady Tigers just 3. Campbellsville finishes with 17 assists on 20 made baskets, 8 steals, 4 turnovers, 10 assists, 2 steals, and 10 turnovers for Bethel and Benji. That's long been a recipe for Campbellsville University. They're going to take care of the basketball, and they're going to turn you over. And here, that has certainly been working.
It has, and that's just that twilight defense. Teams just and Bethel's usually pretty good at executing, and they played well here tonight. But Campbellsville's been able to turn it over. Or turn them over, but on the offensive end, being able to get points off turnovers the way that they're shooting. So, great half of basketball. I'm kind of excited to see what happens here in the second half. Does Campbellsville continue that? Hopefully so.
Well, if they do.
It's, 57 points in a half. Wow.
Points in the paint, Bethel with an 18-14 advantage. Off turnovers, 18-4 in favor of CEU. Second chance points, 3-0 in favor of the Wildcats, and bench points 21-5 in favor of Campbellsville University. No ties, no lead changes. The largest, actually we were tied once. I take that back. Tied once. The lead changed hands, none, as Campbellsville grabbed it and held on. Largest lead for the Lady Tigers, 24 points here at halftime. It's a 22-point margin. We'll step away, take an extended timeout. We'll come back and continue our coverage here as the Lady Tigers lead Bethel at the mid-game break 57-35. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network.
When I got the opportunity to get her, there wasn't no choice. I told myself, I'm going to take custody of my daughter. It's my baby. That's what we're supposed to do as men. Take care of our home, build a foundation, you know what I'm saying? Love, our money, she's my purpose. I'm here to walk with her, hold her hand until she can walk alone. Ain't nothing like being a father in this world.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Worried about your friend but don't know how to reach out?
You could say how are you or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR. It's all good if you think you should check in. Yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
What if you could feel in control of your retirement in just a few clicks? At aceyourretirement.org, you can. Start with a free 3-minute chat with Avo, your friendly digital retirement coach. Just answer some simple questions like, how do you feel about your ability to save for retirement? Or in how many years do you want to retire? To get free action items customized just for you, get your retirement back on track at aceyourretirement.org.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter which you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
As a dad, every day is a challenge. To make sure that the time that I have, I spend with them. It doesn't matter how tired you are, you have to try and to teach them. When they learn something new, and you can just see in their faces, it's such an incredible moment. It's those moments that are my favorite.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Jason, let's go see your room.
How was it? Is it good?
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible, she must be a keeper.
57-35, your score here at halftime. Campbellsville University leading Bethel University. Benji Kelly, Matt Payton here at the Powell Athletic Center as Campbellsville looks for win number 7 on the season. They would move to 5-0 in Mid-South Conference play. Next week they'll take on Cumberland's here at the Powell before making the trip to Georgetown, Kentucky to take on the Georgetown College Tigers. Some replays are fired up here for those of you following along on local cable or through our streaming platforms on CampbellsvilleTigers.com, also our CU Sports Network YouTube channel. If you're on CU Sports Network, the YouTube channel there, make sure you subscribe for us as we take a look here around some of the other scores inside of Mid-South Conference play today. Pikeville up 6 on Georgetown, that game at halftime. And we're going to have, I think we've got a few in the central time zone, so we may be a little tardy on a few of those. Wilberforce trails UT Southern by 7. Cumberland's up 8 on Shawnee State. That's in Williamsburg.
I think that Lindsey Wilson, Freed Hardman game is just getting ready to tip off here. Actually,
Thomas More houses their stats on their own site. They don't use the NAI Presto stuff. They are up 17 on Cumberland University at the moment. As we get ready to return to play here, the Lady Tigers send out their starting lineup. Lee, Pettigo, Boyle, Pritchett, and Wilkes for Bethel. That is their starting 5 as well. Kyla Taylor out there with 3 fouls. Hart the basketball. We go into the corner. Hart again. Now Taylor going to work against Pettigo. Pritchett comes to help, nearly takes it away. This leaves Hart open. 3 on the way. Good for Madison Hart. And I tell you, Bidgie, for a freshman in this environment against the number 3 team in the country, she's played very well.
Played extremely well.
57-38.
Like a little man-to-man here. They come out of that zone.
Boyle left side. Campbellsville, if you're just joining us, hit 11 first half 3-point field goals. Into the corner. Pettigo, 3 on the way. That is no good. And Chris Nelson, look down there, he might jump up and down. As the Lady Tigers actually miss one of those. Into the corner. Howard, run off the spot, wants to drive, flicks it across the paint, and a little too far out in front of Hart, I believe.
A little unforced error there, turnover. Campbellsville an opportunity here to, well, it looks like we got a full court press.
Back to work. The Lady Tigers, they'll have to deal with some full court pressure. Nice job that time. They get it ahead. Boyle able to work free from the defender there. And now out front, Lauren Lee will set up the play between the circles on the dribble. Left side, it's Boyle. She holds and surveys. Wants Wilkes, not there. Pritchett has it. Into the corner, Pettigo. Wilkes repost here. Pritchett again looking, now has her right side, right hand, good for Wilkes.
Yeah, Courtney is just so good at finding Wilkes, especially from that free throw line extended there. And of course, anytime Caitlin gets the ball down low, majority of the time it's going to go in.
Boyle intercepts the pass, but can she control it? She kind of turtles up and tries to take a timeout. Oh, my. They're going to say that Taylor trying to dive in on the ball.
Yeah, she pushed her from behind. And a tee, she's gone.
Oh, man.
That's 4 and 5.
Well, I hate that for Kyla Taylor because, Benji, she was really impressive in what is going to end up being limited minutes.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what was said after the fact. So Kyla Taylor picks up her 4th.
Said the magic word, whatever it was.
And then ends up getting the technical. So and the official will have a conversation there with Chris Nelson. So tough one for the Bethel Wildcats as they need some things to go their way as they try to get back into this thing. And that's about the last thing you need. That will shorten the bench for Coach Nelson here as Pritchett hits the first free throw toss, 60-38, our score. One more coming her way. And that one is good as well. Now the Lady Tigers will have the basketball.
Well, lost in all of that was a great defensive effort by Maddie Boyle. Yes. Getting in there and getting that steal. Taylor did kind of bump her a little bit, but, sometimes that's just kind of in the heat of the battle. But I believe Maddie was actually falling down as well.
Well, and also, and may not matter, it saved the possession arrow and a timeout.
It did.
Boyle was trying to take a timeout. Taylor was just trying to tie her up, and the foul changed everything in terms of that one particular play. Pritchett holds it left side, calls for Boyle. Dribble handoff. Boyle left side. Now flicks it over to Pritchett. Pritchett going to drive. Spinning. No. Looking. Wants
backdoor.
Boyle. Backdoor cut. Boyle needs help. She's in the tall trees. Pitches it out. Wilkes. Little running shot. Banks it in.
And she got hit in the head. That is a hard bank shot from the front.
Well, that's a little out of Caitlin's typical, the comfort zone. You find yourself decking it towards the rim on the run late in the shot clock, and give her credit for knocking that down. Here is Lee at the free throw line, looking inside too far, goes out of play, looking for Hart. It's a 25-point Lady Tiger advantage. 7:27 remaining here in the third quarter. Oh man. Patterson tried to take the charge. Boyle and Patterson come together. Now Boyle is free. She comes to the front court, goes up, and that shot blocked, and she is fouled.
That's a little return.
Okay there, Patterson with the foul. Boyle gathering herself here. So that's the first on Anya Patterson, 3 on Bethel as a club. Boyle kind of trying to shake out the cobwebs.
I believe she got her bell rung.
So Boyle will go to the free throw line here for the Lady Tigers.
Well, Maddie, if I were you, if you're seeing multiple goals, shoot for the one in the middle.
The one in the middle is what they say. And that's exactly what she did. One more coming here for
Maddie's had a really, really good night here, or the afternoon.
She's now got a Baker's dozen,
Baker's dozen, 13 on 4 of 6 shooting from the field, 3 of 4 from downtown, and making 2 free throws at that goal that in the middle.
She may have been, she may have been seeing multiple rims. She said she got hit in the nose, so sometimes that can get you a little off kilter. Is here. They're going to have a foul down inside. Oh my, they're going to get Hart. Nope, they get Aaliyah Lee. Push perhaps. They missed the shot. I thought they were going to get Campbellsville on that rebound attempt, but they instead got Bethel. 65-38 the score. Lady Tigers to inbound. Boyle checked out a moment ago. It was Elizabeth Bertram for Campbellsville checking in. Pettigo. Pritchett, as Bailey had to keep it away from Howard there at midcourt. Pettigo wants the entry to Wilkes, not there. Pritchett going to drive into the middle, comes around right side, finds herself wide open. That is short, and look at Elizabeth Bertram knife in and grab the rebound. Needing some help, Burt hands it to Pettigo. Pettigo works around Lee, out to Lauren Lee, and now Bertram thought about it, run off the spot, drives in. Oh my, Burt. Her right leg kind of got twisted up underneath her there.
Ooh, Lee coming in there like a linebacker.
She's going to.
That's 4 on her.
Yeah, she's not going to last much longer at that rate in terms of her 4th personal. And this will bring in Kayla Gilmore, 5'9" junior forward from Clarksville, Tennessee. So Chris Nelson having to get a little further down that bench at this stage. Campbellsville with 6:34 remaining in this third quarter, already in the bonus the rest of the period, as Elizabeth Bertram goes to the free throw line. First free throw good for Burt.
Bertram having herself an evening as well, leading scorer here for Campbellsville. 14th point and 15th point.
That one's good as well.
Really love to see how Elizabeth Bertram stuck around this summer, got in shape, was in the gym every day, and you can tell it's paid off.
Well, she's being rewarded for that hard work with her play, and now throwing one to Gilmore. You know, some people forget, Bertram came in here. We're going to have a foul on Pettigo. The Pettigo and Bertram high school teammates at Barron County, Benji. Some people, if you don't know, Bertram came and she sits for 2 years, right? She sits behind some really good players, the Lake Twins and Madison Shepherd and her freshman year, Savannah Gregory, all this stuff, right? And you forget, she's the all-time leading scorer in Barron County Trojanette history. So, no slouch. It just took her a while to acclimate. For some, it happens faster than others, and for her, the light has went on.
It has. It's the game has slowed down and it's clicked.
Inside, Gilmore lost the handle, no call. Howard out top, 2 to shoot. Anderson going to have to let it go. Didn't know
good defense.
The shot clock was so late, and a turnover here on Bethel. as they do not get a look at the rim there.
Yeah, great defense by Campbellsville, just that stifling pressure. But kind of getting back to Elizabeth Bertram, I'm assuming she's going to use her COVID year.
That's the plan. Most all of these Lady Tigers, and I know there's some around the league that won't like to hear that. Oh, Lee just lost the handle. Ball still free on the deck. We've got a scrum, and we'll go to the double thumbs. It'll go to Campbellsville University here as Lee just had that jumped right out of her hand. You rarely see that from Lauren Lee. It was an unforced error, though the pressure was in the backcourt, and they've got one to get it across. But, yeah, most of these Lady Tigers at the moment plan to use all of the eligibility granted them. So nobody on this team is leaving.
Yeah.
Unless they want to. Lee going to throw it in. Ball's going to come right here to Coach Ginger High-Call. And the good news for Campbellsville,
we get it across
they got
the
it across.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily the way you want to do it, but you throw it across. Morrow tapped it, knocked it out of bounds. So now the Lady Tigers I'm not sure what they're going to do. I think Coach Nelson is asking if that's a 10-second violation. I think he's arguing maybe no possession, but and I don't blame him for trying. But I think the issue is they got it across. You tipped it. It's just that's a tough luck. That's kind of like a kickball almost.
Yeah.
Like you're not rewarded for good defense in that scenario. Here, Luby working, needs some help, and she is fouled. And this will go against Bethel. I believe they're going to get Morrow. She and Gilmore were in the area, so this will send Kayla Luby to the free throw line. Again, her parents in from Nebraska, made the drive in Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Had to get them a little rest at the hotel. Her brother Mason was here. I think Mason, he's quite a bit younger than Kayla. I'm going to guess there's at least 7 or 8 years difference, maybe more than that. And I think they're big fans of one another. So he was tickled to see her at Thanksgiving and knowing that they were coming here. So pretty cool stuff. I'm happy for her. She spent most of her summer here.
She did. She came in like Bertram, and I think that's one of the reasons why she's been able to get in there and be so effective early, because she was able to one, bond some friendships with some of the Lady Tigers, but two, kind of learn the terminology of Campbellsville Lady Tiger basketball.
Luby gets 1 of 2. Got the first, missed the second. Howard on the other end backs away. Needs some help here. This is Blackburn. Now Morrow straight away. Maddie Nally closes in on her. Morrow going to drive right side in some traffic. Throws one up. Hits the side of the backboard. Luby able to grab that rebound. Strong rebound. Pettigo goes long ahead. She's got Nally who goes up. And a nice block by Blackburn. Got a hand on the basketball at the top there. Knocked it away. Here's Howard open. Left side. Triple on the way for Howard. Off the mark. Rebound taken in by Hart. Goes back up. Creates a little space. And they're going to call that on Luby. Now, in a 30-point game, I won't fuss, but I'm not sure that's a foul on Kayla Luby right there. It looked like she was standing her ground.
She was
and Hart
was vertical.
Initiating.
Was vertical, but you're right. On a 30-point game, they're going to, especially when the fouls are 5-1, they're going to try to even that up. So
68-38 your score, 5:07 to play in the third quarter. Again, we're operating without our clock feature down at the bottom, just technology, and our unit that we use is
decided to go to sleep.
It's not cooperating here on this December day, as Hart gets 1 of 2. Missed the second. Campbellsville the rebound. Pettigo running the offense for the Lady Tigers here for the time being, as Lauren Lee gets a rare breather. Nally out on the wing left side. Leaves it with Bertram. Now Sutton. Long 2 on the way. Good for Sarah Sutton.
Yeah, Sarah needed to know where she was on the court, but a 20-footer?
Yep.
So
yeah, she
could still shoot that as well.
One step inside the line there. Hart out. Ball deflected. Maddie Nally, those long arms. Nally led the state in blocks her senior year of high school. Posted a triple-double once upon a time at Assumption. As we're going to get a stoppage here, media timeout, 4:34 to play in the third quarter. 70-39 your score. The Lady Tigers lead it. You're following Lady Tiger basketball on the Campbellsville University Sports Network.
Jason, let's go see your room.
No, that's not right. How was it? Is it good?
70-39 your score. The Lady Tigers lead Bethel. 4:34 to play in the third quarter. Campbellsville University celebrating Miranda Denny's milestone birthday here today, Benji, in fine fashion.
Fine fashion, yeah. Coming out, shooting the ball extremely well here this afternoon, and it's one of those things that sometimes you say, well, do we use up all of our shots? No, we're playing pretty effective basketball, and what it's going to do here, especially in this fourth quarter, as we're still got a little bit left here in the third, it's going to allow Coach Colvin to probably get some players on the JV squad in to be able to get some Mid-South Conference action. But
before I forget, as well, we'll get to it in a second.
Okay.
Don't let me forget the thing that I'm not supposed to forget.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Well, don't forget that.
Yeah, don't forget. Bree Gowdy into the lineup for Campbellsville. Kickball. Thank you, Maddie Nally. You'll make this possible. 5'5" freshman guard from Campbellsville, Kentucky. How about Zach Clements and Brett Pierce showing up today? They were on a plane at 6 a.m. from Florida.
Yeah.
They fly in, and here they are working this doubleheader.
I tell you, we have got an outstanding sports information department. We really do. They work their tails off.
Here's Blackman's shot blocked by Maddie Nally. Gilmore collects it, and Sutton spills to the floor. Gilmore throws up a shot off glass. Difficult, but Gilmore almost got that to go. Bree Gowdy was kind of sandwiched there in between the stanchion and Gilmore. And Gowdy's going to go to the free throw line. She's still looking for her first field goal as a Lady Tiger. She has been to the free throw line a few times and scored a few points.
Yeah, they were up at 3 a.m. on a plane at 6, probably here by, 11:30-ish?
No. They walked in at 12.
12,
when Clemens
okay.
walked in, it was about 12:15.
Okay,
I think,
so they
when he
got
walked
straight
in.
here.
So no rest for the weary, and they are certainly that. There are all kinds of former Lady Tigers in the house today. I look over now, Savannah Gregory and Sammy Rogers over on that far side.
I wonder if they're here to celebrate Hootie's birthday.
That may be. I know there is a celebration planned. Don't tell her we said that.
Okay.
But Gowdy gets both. Gowdy, again, the freshman guard from right here in Campbellsville. I think Bree's mom's here. I don't know if Bronson's here today. 72-39. Blackburn pressured. And now Anderson's going to drive inside. Anderson goes up the shot, no good. Nally the rebound, and Gilmore called for another foul. And frustration. And now there's a second whistle there.
I think it was the slide official wanted the basketball, yeah. So
kind of held my breath.
I know.
Last thing you want to see is this thing get chippy
and out of hand.
And if you're Bethel, it's got to be frustrating. You played, and the second half here has been a little bit sloppy both ways, but Campbellsville is such a pace in the first half, and you didn't play bad.
No, you didn't. I mean, you shot 5% above your normal field goal percentage on the year. As we see one of those freshmen.
This young lady can shoot it.
She really can.
Nally gets 1 of 2. Is Paige Serafini going to check in a moment?
Yeah, you're talking about earlier that we're not going to lose anybody.
Bertram in there in a game that Campbellsville leads handily on the floor, creating a mess. The arrow will stay with Bethel, however, as the Lady Tigers see Serafini, Paige Serafini, a 5'11" freshman guard from Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, enter the lineup. And I look over and Sammy Rogers with a big smile. Rogers been working with her a bit when she went back to Anderson County to teach after completing her playing days, share the same high school alma mater there. I'm not sure what the discussion is here.
Shot clock on 20, I think.
So 3:36 to play. Still working on our scoreboard issue. Get the scoreboard in. We'll try to come up with the clock at some point on there. Our men's game to come just a bit. This Bethel team, Benji, been tough sledding over the last month or so. They started the season 5-0, and they sit at 5-5 now. So they're on a 5-game losing streak after winning 5 straight to begin the year. Won their Mid-South Conference opener against Shawnee State, but since then they've lost games to Pikeville, Freed-Hardeman, and then on Thursday night, Lindsey Wilson got them by 15 in the bigger Sports Center. Back to play here. Howard out front working against Bree Gowdy. Now on the right wing, Morrow wants to drive in. Has Howard, not there. Howard on the dribble. Blackburn, 8 to shoot. Howard going to let it ride. 3 on the way, no good. Rebound comes out long to Morrow. Morrow does a nice job going back up with the basketball.
She rolled her ankle.
She rolled her ankle. And again.
You'd hate to see that. We saw that the other night, especially in the men's game.
I like that from Serafini. Asked her, "Are you okay?" And Morrow said, "Yeah, I think I'm okay." I don't know if she knew whether she was or not at the time. That was kind of weird. Morrow rolled it but never went to the ground. So
No.
often you see him go to the ground and kind of grab it. She knew she had rolled it but was able to keep her footing after the basket.
Well, I hope nothing popped in there either. Sometimes you see that when they don't go all the way through with the rolling of that ankle. So
Luby, now Gowdy, Nally, and Sutton. Sutton going to take the elbow jumper on the way. Good for Sarah Sutton.
Yeah, Sutton. Good to see her have a good weekend here. I know she's been struggling a little bit from the offensive end and not playing as much, but two good games here for Sarah Sutton.
Gowdy going to be called for the reach in here. Bree Gowdy's first in the fourth quarter on Campbellsville. 75-41 the score, 2:36.
Actually, we're still in the third
quarter. I'm sorry, this third quarter's taking forever. Feels like
we're still in the third quarter.
75. Maybe if the Lady Tigers on 75, you expect it to be the fourth quarter, I guess. That's been that kind of day shooting for them. This shot off the mark to Patterson. Ball gets knocked out long. Howard able to save it. Chris Nelson wants a timeout with 19 on the shot clock here. 75-41 the score. 2:24 to play in the third. And this is a 30-second timeout taken by Bethel, Benji. And the Tigers and Wildcats coming up at the conclusion of this one. Both of those two teams stuck with 1-3 records in conference play. Bethel got steamrolled by Lindsey Wilson the other night over there in Columbia. The Tigers lost a bit of a heartbreaker.
Boy, they did, didn't they?
To Freed Hardeman. Had their chances and just not their night, but a chance for them to get back to it here at home.
Yeah, it was a frustrating loss. But I love the effort from this Campbellsville team and not making any excuses or anything, but they have had the illness bug go through them, and I think that was the first time that they've had their full squad in like 17 or 18 days. So, sometimes you don't get the opportunity to practice when this illness is going through, but all in all, it was a good effort, but chance to rebound here and get that second win in the Mid-South Conference against this Bethel team that I believe we had beat here last year.
We're starting to see the Miranda Denny cutouts. I don't know if we can get those across the court. You're starting to see some of them pop up. There are a slew here in the building.
Yeah, we need to get a couple over here as well.
And maybe I can throw one up post-game and give it to Ginger.
There you go.
She can use it and pretend to be Hootie on the post-game interview. Miranda Denny is still worried about this final 12-plus minutes, though. She's not worried about that at the moment. Here inside, nice pass by Patterson. Gilmore goes underneath and gets the finish. That's nice offense for Bethel. Out of that timeout, the way it's supposed to work. Just over 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. 75-43 the count. Gowdy ahead to Nally. And now Serafini. Wanted Gowdy inside, not there. Serafini now Sutton. Left side, Nally. Sutton straight away, open, three on the way. Bang! Sarah Sutton, another Edward Jones three-point field goal, and I think, as they say, it's as big as the ocean right now for Sarah Sutton.
Pretty much is, and sometimes you have that.
16 for Sutton today. That'll match. Actually, no, that's her 13th point. I had added three that the scoreboard already caught. So this is going to be a foul on Gilmore. Hold, they say, I think. And Bethel's.
She was way out here on the top of the
tee. Is that 5?
No, it's 3.
The scoreboard's got 5. I had 3 as well. Scoreboard was showing 5. I don't know if we fell asleep there, which this period has taken a while, but I don't think it's taken that long. 78-43, the count, 1:36 to play. And it'll be Kayla Luby at the free throw line. So Campbellsville leading here by 25. Make it 36. 79-43.
Good to see that free throw percentage climb back up. That 18 of 25 now. That's very respectable. Whereas we missed our first 4.
Yeah, they start with their 6 of 11
6 of 11 in the first half, yeah.
Patterson, less than 90 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Gilmore, the high arching jumper is good.
I'm kind of impressed with Gilmore here, junior from Clarksville, Tennessee.
Shelby Beatty out there. She's got the basketball. Beatty and Bertram and Sutton all subscribe to the same philosophy.
Good backdoor cut there, but Maddie Nolly, Kayla Luby were actually looking for it, but a kick ball. This right here is a future in 2 or 3 years of Campbellsville University Lady Tigers.
Gowdy throws it in here to Nally. Wants the entry, has Luby. Shovels it back out. Beatty. Beatty going to drive in, take the free throw line jumper. No good. Rebound taken in by Patterson. Beatty, the 5'11" freshman guard from Owensboro, Kentucky here inside. Patterson gets the step and gets the lay-in. 80-47. Campbellsville the advantage. 40 seconds to play in the quarter. Gowdy brings it ahead, working against Howard. Gowdy's played more point than I expected when she's gotten into the games.
Yeah.
Here is Beatty, 3 on the way. Bang! Shelby Beatty.
Wow.
And Edward Jones 3. I told you she and Bertram and Sutton all kind of have the same philosophy, and that's that has gun, will shoot. And Beatty not afraid to let it ride, and you can see why. Here, into the corner, Gilmore. 3 on the way for Gilmore is good. So Kayla Gilmore adds a few, and it's an 83-50 game. Gowdy working in 1 second, going to have to let it go on the way too hard for Bree Gowdy. And that is where the third quarter will come to a close. Campbellsville leads by 33 points. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network.
Worried about your friend but don't know how to reach out?
You could say how are you or get a fake tattoo. You can ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR. It's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should. Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Whatever gets you talking. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
83-50 the score. Campbellsville University leading Bethel in the first half of this Mid-South Conference doubleheader. Matt Payton and Benji Kelly in the friendly confines of the Powell Athletics Center. Here, Benji, just a quick glance at some other scores around the league. UT Southern up 8 on Wilberforce late third quarter. Cumberland's up 4 on Shawnee State late third. Is there a Georgetown score up there somewhere?
It's up early. Yeah.
Pikeville, 3-point advantage at Georgetown, who the Lady Tigers will see a week from today. That Lindsey Wilson game with Freed Hardeman should be underway. Taking a look, Thomas More with a 19-point advantage over Cumberland University. They continue to impress. Number 1 team in the country, Lady Tigers and Thomas More could potentially be staring at a battle of unbeatens on the 5th of January in Crestview Hills. We'll see. Inside, Beatty has Luby back out. Nally, nice screen there from Luby into the corner. Beatty again can't shoot it. On around, off the wing, Luby, 10 to shoot now. Gowdy holds it. Gowdy out. Beatty has it tied up, needs some help. Driving, 4 seconds. Serafini, 3 on the way. That is off the mark. Beatty, the rebound should go right back up and lay it in off glass. Shelby Beatty,
Nice offensive, nice second chance rebound there, offensive board, and a little put back.
Here is Gilmore, another 3. That is no good. The rebound taken in by Beatty. 85-50, Campbellsville the advantage. Nally on the wing, out top, Serafini won't shoot it. You can see her teammates all stood up. Beatty, 3 on the way. That is no good for Shelby Beatty. Did Beatty hurt her ankle? No, she's fine. She kind of looked down there. Aaliyah Lee back into the ball game. Playing with 4 fouls, 8:50 to go here as Howard is on the dribble. 35-point Campbellsville advantage. Lady Tigers looking for win number 7. They've still got some non-conference action to come over the Christmas holiday. They've got several non-conference games, 4 of them, in fact.
Don't they have one Tuesday? Or did that get canceled?
It's the next Tuesday.
Okay, it is.
The KCU game got canceled.
It did, okay.
And then they play.
It was still on the Mid-South website this morning. That's why I was asking.
KCU game got canceled. They do play Asbury on the 13th, and then Miami-Middletown. I think Asbury's on a Tuesday, and then Miami-Middletown the 22nd. Is that right? Is that possible?
That is, yeah.
Yeah, so that game with Pikeville actually got moved to the second semester because Pikeville had some games in Florida when that schedule came out. 85-53 the score. Luby has it knocked away by Lee. We'll talk about that more in a moment. Here's Anderson on the other end working against Beatty. Gets inside, throws up an off-balance shot. Patterson the rebound, going to try to create a little space and go up, no good. Luby snatches that one, and now Bree Gowdy comes to the offensive end. And start to wonder if the starters, for the most part, may have one more. You may get that second unit, somebody for one more little stretch. But I have to say most of their days are done.
Yeah.
Out on the wing, Gowdy, 3 on the way. Banked it in! Bang! Bree Gowdy!
Well, you know, it's the end result is what you want. 14 of 23 from downtown.
That is Bree's first field goal as a Lady Tiger. Not her first points, but her first field goal. Gowdy's second on the scoring list all time at Campbellsville High School. Here is a foul down low on Campbellsville. This will go against Luby. I missed the one earlier, Benji. Who was that earlier foul on Campbellsville on?
Yeah, I missed it as well. I just got them as the first. We were too busy talking.
Foul on Luby. So I think that's so Luby's got another.
She got 3.
And she should have 3, I believe. As Kaylin Mills going to check in here. Another foul on Luby. Nope, they're going to get Beatty on this one. So 3 on the Lady Tigers now. As Kaylin Mills checked in for Campbellsville. Mills, 5'5" freshman guard from Flat Lick, Kentucky. I think we've seen all the Lady Tigers with the exception of Paige Evans. Gilmore, excuse me, that's Lee, hits the first free throw. Yeah, Campbellsville had to move that game with Pikeville, Benji, just to put a bow on that conversation, but they still have Asbury, Miami-Hamilton. Miami-Hamilton was a late add to the schedule. They picked that up just a couple of weeks ago as Lee misses that second free throw.
We needed that 28th game. We were stuck on 27 there for a while, so it was good to.
Serafini, 3 on the way. No good. Rebound taken in by Gilmore. Campbellsville will play 2 games over the between Christmas and New Year's down in Miami. You and I will
we'll be there.
Make the trek as Howard takes the jumper and she banks in the long 2.
Yeah, looking forward to getting down there and spending some time with the Lady Tigers and their family.
Just over 7 minutes to play. Serafini, long 2 on the way. That is good. Paige Serafini hits her first points as a Lady Tiger.
Some great minutes here for this freshman or new squad, I guess you could say, all newbies out there.
And here a turnover. Pass too strong for Gilmore, couldn't control it. Serafini long ahead, Beatty catches, she couldn't finish. Kayla Luby cleans up the mess and goes to the free throw line.
Great effort there, way to follow Kayla on that missed shot. Let's foul on Gilmore.
Campbellsville with 6:41 to play. The only reason I was wondering about the changes I didn't know if Coach would be able to leave this group in for the final 10 or 12 minutes. Beatty and Serafini. Luby have been out there a while already. Bree Gowdy. Paige Evans going to check in. 92-56 the score. 6:41 to play. Free throw by Luby just off the mark. You just don't get wins in this league very often, Benji.
No, you don't.
For Campbellsville to be up by 36 with 6 minutes to go. Very impressive. Anderson hits the 3 for the Wildcats. Kayla Mills ahead with the basketball. Beatty on around, Gowdy. Serafini holds it. Beatty rolling to the rim. Hesitates. Nice job by Shelby. Beatty gets the finish down inside. Paige Serafini sent it into her.
Yeah, that's just a good body control there by Beatty, her 7th point here this afternoon.
That matches her career best. Inside, Hart working, reaches double team, creates a little room there, but missed the shot as she got it over the top of Luby and Beatty. Serafini the rebounder, comes Bree Gowdy. Gowdy out front, Serafini now right side. This is Beatty again on the wing. Luby out top, Gowdy. Now Serafini Wants Luby high post. Oh, Mills couldn't quite handle it. Anderson going to knock it away. Mills and Anderson on the ground. We'll see if we get the arrow. The scoreboard shows Bethel's direction. So Howard back in. Paige Evans into the lineup for the first time. 5'3" freshman guard from Hodgenville, Kentucky. I think that is Hallie Cavanis into the lineup, 5'5" freshman guard from New Bern, Tennessee. She's got the basketball on around, throws up a shot, and we're going to have a foul, an offensive foul on Cavanis. Shelby Beatty, I believe, took the contact.
Good,
so Beatty was some good, really good minutes.
Really
here.
solid minutes.
(94-59). We've got 5 minutes and 14 seconds to play. I know our scoreboard has not been cooperating today. Out top, Serafini. And Cavanis to the floor. Arrow here will stay with the Lady Tigers. Bree Gowdy to pitch it in. Beatty, right side. 5 minutes to play. Evans out front. Inside Mills looking for Evans. Got deflected by Howard, and then Cavanis comes out of there with it. Bounces ahead to Hart. Hart will gather and shoot. Three on the way short. Rebound going to be taken in, and we'll go back to the arrow once more as Blackburn and Beatty tie it up. This brings us to a media timeout with 4:43 to play in the basketball game. We'll step away, take a break ourselves. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network.
When I got the opportunity to get her, there wasn't no choice. I told myself, I'm going to take custody of my daughter. It's my baby. That's what we're supposed to do as men. Take care of our home, build a foundation, you know what I'm saying? Love, our money, she's my purpose. I'm here to walk with her, hold her hand until she can walk alone. Ain't nothing like being a father in this world.
.43 to play in the basketball game. The Lady Tigers lead Bethel here at the Powell Center, 94-59. Matt Payton and Benji Kelly here with you as Campbellsville will pick up their 7th win in a few more minutes. And Benji, it's just been all Lady Tigers from the get-go really here today.
From Maddie Boyle at the start with 3 3-pointers basically in the first minute of the basketball game. Campbellsville has not looked back. Shooting the ball extremely well. Now, obviously, they've cooled off a little bit as of late here, but still 58% from downtown, 60% total, or 61% field goal percentage, and 18 of 26. They've got 29 points off turnovers. They've turned Bethel over 16 times. Just all in all, just a great effort here this afternoon for this Lady Tiger team.
Back to play here. Blackburn, 3 on the way for Blackburn is short. Cavanis, the rebound, or saved it in play. Ball gets batted out of bounds once again. I believe Aaliyah Lee had a chance at it there. .437 to go. And here is a shot by Lee, no good, gets her own miss. Out to Hart, 3 on the way for Hart is good. Bethel still pressuring. Paige Evans brings it ahead. Out to Beatty, can't shoot it as Lee closes in. Now Evans wants Serafini at the elbow. Serafini back to Beatty. Beatty driving right side against Lee. Shot up, no good. Rebound taken in by Cavanis. Bethel will push. 94-62, ball knocked away. I think Serafini knocked it free. Evans picked it up. She'll go to Serafini on the right side, lays it up and in. Paige Evans gets the helper.
Yeah, good defense there by Serafini to get the turnover, and then she's rewarded down on the offensive end for an easy layup.
96-62, 3:40 to play. At the elbow, Hart kicks it out. Howard, through on the way for Howard, is around and out, no good. Shelby Beatty claims the rebound. She'll pitch it ahead to Kaylin Mills. Mills off the wing, right side. Surveys, wants Serafini down low. Has her, faces up, and she's fouled by Lee. And I think that's going to do it for Aaliyah Lee. That should be number 5 on that young lady. Or excuse me, I'm talking. That's Gil.
No, it's Lee. That's Lee. Yeah,
Lee fouled out. Yep.
Yeah, it's her 5th.
Gilmore with 4-2, and she comes back in. I got twisted up there a minute. Checking in here. I don't have. Is that 15? Or no, that's 25. Okay, that is Lauren Carmona, 6-foot senior forward from Cooper City, Florida. Blackburn in there. Anya Patterson returns to the lineup. Here, Mills, baseline out of bounds. Player shot no good. You know how much, it's just interesting, and this is all teams, not just the Lady Tigers, but you see like Serafini get an open look, Kaylin Mills get a running look, and you see kids off the bench jumping up.
They absolutely, this is big.
These guys, they're practicing every day. They're going through the ringer just like they are.
Yeah.
Finally, they want good things to happen to them.
Well, it's just, that's how this
the camaraderie of a team.
Yes, absolutely, how close this team is.
Here's a 3 out of the corner. That is Blackburn knocking down the three-pointer. 96-65 to score. 3 minutes to play. Bree Gowdy the basketball. Beatty to Mills. Right side, Gowdy. Out front, Serafini. Hand down, 3 on the way. Bang! Paige Serafini, the first of many. Edward Jones threes.
Shoot it.
99-65, 1 digit from the century mark. Here's a 3 left side. Is that Blackburn again? It is. And
30-second timeout.
30-second timeout taken here. And Benji, you can never underestimate the minutes for these young players we talked about, getting a chance and having some success. You can never underestimate that long term. Really good to get out there in these conference games and kind of figure out what this league is all about.
Well, it's, once again, coming from, they're having to buy into this program, and obviously sometimes they're going to have to sit. Use Elizabeth Bertram, for example. Set for a couple years, got some sporadic play, much like what these players are here getting now in the fourth quarter. But this is good for them. They can learn from this, and you can tell that the speed of the game's a little quicker. But all in all, they've handled it extremely, extremely well. And for them to be able to get a good quarter of action here, just once again, just tells how deep this Campbellsville University Lady Tiger team is. This is the future of the Lady Tiger. They're great recruits, and they're getting some great minutes here.
Evans will bring it ahead. And Paige Evans, an interesting story, as she'll drive in. Oh, my, and Carmona hit hard. And we're going to have an offensive foul called against Paige Evans. Carmona just into the ball game and takes a tough spill there.
Paige was had that head down, and
she was intentional on getting to the rim there. And that'll
10.
be. But Evans was really going to. She came here originally as part of the JV team,
yes.
And we've seen JV players make their way up before and different things. And it wasn't really until right there in August that Gracie Thompson decided that she probably just needed to call it a career.
Which was unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, Gracie at some point is probably staring at a knee replacement, and she gave it everything she could to here as Kayla Gilmore is going to foul out of the ball game. But Gracie decided that she was just going to hang it up, and Ginger thought, well, we've got a need in terms of practice and different things, and Evans has kind of earned it, so they brought her up, and I think they're pleased with the result to this point. Credit to Paige Evans for taking advantage of that. Here's Beatty, brings it ahead, pressured by Rachel Childress, who checked in a moment ago. Childress, 5'7" junior guard from Dresden, Tennessee. Out front, Mills the basketball, working left side to Gowdy. Gowdy shovels it back. This is Serafini. No call on the play inside. Beatty's shot no good. Serafini the rebound. Going to take the turnaround shot. That is good for Paige Serafini. And the Lady Tigers up over 100 here today. I think that is what
the crowd was cheering for. Yep. Good steal by Kaylin.
Mills takes it away. She'll go long ahead. Evans left side, comes to the right side and scoops one up and in. Paige Evans the bucket. And I'll tell you, Benji, I'll say this, and Ginger may not like me saying it, but I think in her mind, if they had quit scoring at about 95 or so, she wouldn't have cared.
Yeah.
She and Chris are super
so close. Yeah.
As this shot going up. I mean, it's part of it, but give credit to this young group for the Lady Tigers. They come in and made some plays, made some baskets. Wide open is Beatty. Now they get back to her. Mills.
We need Mills to score, and every Lady Tiger will have scored today.
I don't know what the play call is for Kaylin Mills, but that's what we're going with.
Yep.
Out, right side, Mills, 4 seconds. This is her chance. Going to throw up a shot in the paint, and she's fouled, so she'll have a chance to score with 1 on the shot clock, and the shot clock now will go off as 29.3 seconds remains. Kaylin Mills to the free throw line, looking for her first points as a Lady Tiger. Evans had scored a couple down. It's not showing on the website. She had 1 free throw down in McKenzie earlier this year. There was an issue with the stats. It's still not correct, but here Mills gets her point. So now all of the Lady Tigers on the roster have gotten points this year. And Mills gets both, and they were beautiful.
They were a good free throw shooter.
105-68. Last possession for Bethel potentially here as they go inside. Now out. Patterson, 3 on the way. That is around and out, no good. Rebound taken in by Serafini. Gets it ahead to Gowdy, and you're going to get the stop sign right here. Gowdy looked over at Ginger High Colvin, already knowing that they were going to take the air out of this one. They'll cross the midcourt stripe. Beatty will hold it here as Childress gets close enough. Now they'll start the 5-second call, but no chance it'll come through. And Ginger High Colvin will visit with Chris Nelson as Campbellsville picks up the win. A big win here for CU, 105-68. The final score, we'll mark that down. Lady Tigers now 7-0 on the year. They are 5-0 in Mid-South Conference play. The Wildcats fall to 5-6 on the season. Amidst a 6-game losing streak, they are 1-4 on the year now in league play is Bethel University. As we get set to take a look at our final game numbers here, Pikeville up 2 on Georgetown with just a minute or so, actually 11 seconds remaining, and now you're going to get happy birthday. You want to join in on this, Coach, or we're just going to let the Lady Tigers handle the happy birthday here? And I know there are a lot of Miranda Denny faces in the Powell Center here this afternoon. Just clip it off the game. Just clip it off YouTube. Just clip it off YouTube. As we'll visit here with the head coach. I know our camera will probably make its way over in a minute, Coach, but I don't need any more FaceTime than I get already. So we'll go with it. You know, in this league, you don't expect to get wins by 30-plus points. So when you get them, it's almost like an added bonus. And you got we'll talk about some of those younger kids that you got in there today. But let's talk about the first half. Let's talk about the 11 made threes there in the first half. That is that's some good shooting. And it seemed like everybody got in on the act.
It did. And you know what that's like. That's just basketball. When the first few go in, you know, Maddie Bull set the tone, I think, at the beginning of the game. And those shots started falling, so the bucket just gets bigger. And you know, it's fun when you're hitting shots, but you got to be able to play when you're not hitting shots too. So that's something we've got to realize.
Early in the game, I thought Bethel played pretty well, and they were trying to hang in there.
Yep.
And as a coach, you know, you put yourself in Chris Nelson's shoes. You're playing pretty well. You're in the mid-30s.
Right.
If he told him at halftime you'll be in the mid-30s, he's going to say we're
they
in
were
good
on
shape.
pace to score 70, and you know, the difference in the game was that we shot the ball so well. So it was not that we were doing a great job defensively. They had 35 points the first half, and I thought they played well. It's just we did defend well. I thought the third quarter we came out and really defended well, and it was just the third quarter was a long quarter. I felt like the first 5 minutes seemed like 10 minutes in that quarter, but we did defend well, and we did play hard. And again, when you hit shots like that, it's just it looks easy when you hit shots like that.
Well, and you know, they were playing a zone, so give credit to Courtney Pritchett and Lauren Lee. They finished with 14 combined assists, and what I don't even know that either one of them got over 20 minutes. Courtney was at 20, Lauren was at 21. So in 40 minutes, 14 assists for those two. They continued to find, they've done this their entire careers, find the right teammate, and you guys were cashing in there.
Yeah, it's good. And, Caitlin's playing well for us right now. And it was physical. Bethel has good physical bodies, and it was a physical basketball game on both ends. And so it was good to see them get in there and play with that physicality. Elizabeth Bertram plays with physicality as well, and it's nice seeing her get in there and be active and do the things that she did for us.
And Bert is someone that I think the offensive skill set is something that Lady Tiger fans understand. You're not your high school all-time leading scorer just by throwing it up on a whim, right? But defensively this year, just as much as the offensive game has transitioned, defensively she's fun to watch.
I think she surprised herself. And she worked so hard this summer. She and Maddie Nally. Sarah Sutton was right there in that mix. And then, as you know, Sarah's had a few, I think, post-COVID related situations. I'm not a doctor, but the three of them stayed here and just worked hard. And she is so quick laterally. She really creates some problems out there defensively. And it's fun. She's fun to watch. Yeah. Now, she's going to make some mistakes, because she's in such her motor's so high. It's a Madison Shepherd, Savannah Gregory type motor, and so that's okay with me. You're going to live with some of those mistakes.
It's a shame Sarah Sutton, when healthy, doesn't shoot it a little better. 5 of 5 today, 3 of 3 from deep, 13 points. It's an easy 13 points for her. It's a flick of the wrist. Emily Fox, obviously. After that, I mean, just pure shooters.
I've coached some really good shooters. I can stand here all day long and talk about the first kid I ever signed, Wendy Messer, was one of the best shooters I've ever coached. I'm going to say scorer. Wendy was a terrific shooter and scorer. Melly Heaton was a terrific shooter. I'm leaving people out. Caroline Owen transformed herself into one of the best shooters that we've had. I know I'm leaving somebody out.
Lake.
Oh my gosh, Lexi and Faye. Yeah, we know we're not going to leave Lexi out, but the record holders obviously were Caroline, and she tied Wendy Messer, and Emily Fox was the most at ease shooter I've had until I had Sarah. And Sarah is an at ease shooter. It's no strain for her to shoot the basketball. And it was no strain for Emily. Emily shot it incredibly deep, and it was just a smooth thing to happen. And so they're fun to watch. They're so talented in that and so gifted, and it's nice to have Sarah back out on the floor.
We'll talk about Cumberland's this week, and I'll give you some time to get ready for that one next weekend, a couple more Mid-South Conference games, but let's end on another positive. There are several former Lady Tigers. I don't know if you've gotten to look at them all, but Sammy Rogers, Savannah Gregory Ramos here, Lexi Pester, Leanne Greider-Durham, Ashley McGeorge, and then, of course, one of my all-time favorite. It's always going to be, and she knows it. I've told her, but part of the reason is one of my favorite calls ever was the night Big Fella burnt down Billings, and so Jordan Dorham in the house.
Yeah. So it's we've got to get them up to sign the alumni door, and it's so great seeing them in. And you did say Abby made it, so.
Abby Miller
did you
here
say
too?
Abby? I know Abby was
I didn't
maybe
see Abby.
planning on coming. I'm not sure. So I hope she made it too, because she's got a little one she needs to share with us. But you know how that goes too. She may not have been able to make it.
And Miranda Denny, happy birthday!
Happy birthday
to
Miranda.
I thought they were going to try to hit as many threes as candles for Hootie today, but slowed down.
Yeah,
just
it did.
A little bit.
Slowed down, but thank you, Matt.
Yep, congratulations, Coach Ginger Highcolvin and the Lady Tigers pick up the win as they now move to 7-0 on the season. They're 5-0 in Mid-South Conference play. We'll take a look here at some of the final game numbers quickly. We'll try to get save some time for our men's coverage. Campbellsville finishes 60% from the floor, 57.7% from deep. They were 15 of 26 from long range today. They entered play number 1 in the nation in field goal percentage